MacHomer is basically a one-man show in which I play 50 Simpsons characters doing Shakespeare's Macbeth.
Excellent.
I know it's a silly little idea, but that silly little idea has come a long way. It's now played for 15 years in 150 cities to 500,000 fans. I love cultural car crashes in a way. I like taking things that don't seem to blend together and smashing them to see what kind of noise they make. And it so happens that The Simpsons and Shakespeare are perceived very differently. One is pop culture and the other is high art, even though Shakespeare was actually pop culture at the time.
You might remember me from other Simpsons do Shakespeare classics, such as Othello and Hamlet.
So by crashing these two things together, we get this mashup. And today we live in a society of mashups. And it's just kind of fun to see what those Shakespearean words sound like when delivered by TV's favorite dysfunctional family.
Here's a spot. Oh, damn spot. Out, I say.
I happened to be performing in Macbeth when I thought of this little idea. And it's a short, fast, very, very, action-packed play as far as Shakespeare plays go.
Help! Malcolm, release the hounds!
And The Simpsons, well, everyone knows that they're brilliant, and it's, one of the best shows, one of the most lasting shows on TV. So I thought by combining these two, it might be a good idea. And since then, I've been suggested many, many other, follow-ups. But, I still think this Macbeth Simpsons thing is the best fit. It casts itself, really. You've got, of course, Homer playing Macbeth, and in Homer's hands, Macbeth's ambition ranges from wanting to kill the king to wanting a donut.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? Or a pizza?
You got Lady Macbeth, and Marge gets to basically wear the pants in the family, and she gets to release her inner demon.
I never saw sun that borrow sea. If it's coming, must be provided for.
Krusty as the drunken porter, Barney as Macduff.
And drinkster's a great provoker of three things. I want three things this drink especially provoke.
Mr. Burns as King Duncan.
I'll take that. Yoink.
And really, I think it just kind of seems to be such an obvious fit. I had to have Patty and Selma play the witches, but I needed to stuff so many great characters in there that Patty and Selma only play a little apparition as the weird sisters.
Reduced to a cameo. Only a man would cast men as the weird sisters.
Whereas the witches are played by Captain McAllister, Mo the bartender, and Principal Skinner.
We're the police upon the heath.
Here to meet with MacHomer.
Don't say that, it's bad luck.
I don't know, guys played witches in the production of Macbeth that I was in, so I thought, what the heck. I sometimes get these Simpsons fanatics, because there are Simpsons fanatics, and they come up to me after the show and they go, I propose an alternate casting. And, they give me their list of who they think should have played what, and I think, come on, get a life. Barney is, to me, the epitome of what makes The Simpsons great. He's this pathetic lout, this drunken barfly, who has the soul of an artist.
Oh, help, Kite! What? Oh, my 3 chickens and they're down in one fell swoop.
One of my favorite moments in any episode is when Barney makes this film, this art film, and it has an operatic score. It's in black and white. It's really avant-garde. He quotes from Othello, and it ends with that classic line, "Don't cry for me, I'm already dead." And to me, that's the epitome of why MacHomer works, because I've taken these tragic characters.
I just peed in my pants.
And The Simpsons are really quite tragic. They're noble and they're tragic, and you throw them into Macbeth, and somehow the whole thing works.
You'll never see Macbeth in the same way. The tragedy.
Bart and Lisa, and I tend to get away with them for a few lines and then I kill them off because I can. It's my play.
Shakespeare sucks, man. How about we dial down the Bart and dial up the Bard?
We had to state for the record that the portrayal of women in this production is morally reprehensible.
The hardest physically on my voice, though, is Krusty. Doing Krusty would make my throat bleed if he had a bigger role than the drunken porter.
Hey kids, speaking of performance, here's a little Hitch It and Scratch It cartoon.
And there are lots of characters. Again, I've taken a lot of creative liberties stuffing this play with 50 characters. So there are all sorts of things that Shakespeare would have frowned upon, probably the, you know, the dream sequence.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot move.
And the game show sequence.
Let's choose from a panel of 3 celebrity doctors.
Hi, everybody.
And the understudy sequence.
Oh, it's me. I'm a thespian.
I'm a salesman.
I'm an amphibian. Hi-ho.
Again, I've taken some liberties, but I allow myself this. I was not a class clown of any kind. I was actually a pretty serious kid, maybe too serious. But I do remember when I was a teenager, I would imitate these rock stars, and I'd tape them onto a little audio cassette.
There ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't feel sad. Don't feel sad, cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
And I remember being really proud of that. And actually that has found its way into MacHomer somehow with the bit at the end, this Bohemian Rhapsody number where I play 25 of the most annoying voices in the music industry.
Meatloaf.
And it's basically me wanting to be a rock star and not being able to. So that's my little gratuitous encore that has nothing to do with The Simpsons or Shakespeare. It's just pure gratuitous fun for me.